Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's go. Heartbreak Hotel is closed today. Inter top of the league, and we finally capitalized on Milan losing, and Juventus also lost as well, which is funny because I predicted that they would. I predicted Napoli would win 2-1 and ended up being 1-0. But yeah, let's get into it. Inter 3, Lazio 1. We were top of the league in a game that had a bit of controversy, a lot of talk about it. Penalty decision that looked like it was too soft. It might have been too soft, but looking at the footage, take it for what it is. A lot of good performances, a lot of standout performances. I'll get into that, as well as we prepare for the big match next Sunday, which is the Milano derby against Milan. Hopefully we can get revenge because we lost 2-1 to them earlier in the season. But on to the match. Match review for Inter Lazio. Basically, the formation we start off with 3-5-2. Conte ain't switching from that anytime soon. The back three for what it is, but our midfield five. Hakimi, Barella, Brozovic, Eriksen gets a start. He started against Juventus earlier in the week during the second leg of the Coppa Italia, which we crashed out of. But I don't think he played the full 90 minutes. Here, I think he did. Ivan Perisic, and then you already know who the front two is, Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez. And man, what a game, what a game, what a game. Top of the league. And Heartbreak Hotel is closed because it's Valentine's Day. And man, where to begin? Basically, whew. Let me just run some quick stats real quick. Stats. 12 shots for us to their 14, 7 on target for us to their 6, 7 fouls to their 4, 2 yellow cards to their 1, which one of those was a bit weird, but looking back at it when I was asked it on Twitter, someone explained it pretty much to make sense. It was Lukaku's yellow card for basically trying to shield the ball, but he has his hand up and basically contact with face. So it can be any intent if it looks like that. But let's get into the match review. Basically, the match starts off pretty good. First 8 minutes is purely Lazio, who dominate possession, but don't really dominate possession, if that makes sense. They basically just have the ball for 8 minutes. While Inter basically are just trying to figure out basically how to overcome this, because essentially Lazio is trying to just play it around, hoping Inter literally can attack, because we do defend pretty well. But yeah, we're not taking the bait whatsoever. We end up getting possession, and when we do have possession, our key like 5 or 4 link-up players is Christian Eriksen, who had a pretty good game. Lautaro and Lukaku, whose link-up play between those two and the communication between them is pretty good. And Achraf Hakimi, as well as a few outliners such as Ivan Perisic as well, doing pretty good. And Nicola Barella as well, trying to build up as well. But yeah, when we do get possession, Christian Eriksen's literally playing simple, pretty good passes. Literally is looking for Lautaro or Lukaku. When he does find Lautaro or Lukaku, the link-up play between all three of them is really good. You see Eriksen trying to look for open space. The minute he passes off to Lukaku, he's trying to look for where he can begin to position himself to essentially find more opportunities to try and create another chance in case anything does arises. Well, Ivan Perisic, this one actually comes up pretty good. Is they also able to help out in attack, building up the attack as well. Lautaro as well has done a bit better, holding up, being able to hold himself up and not go down so easily. Around the 20th minute, we do get a goal-scoring opportunity, which is denied by one of Lazio's defenders, who end up clipping Lautaro in the box, which this is a controversial call because some people say it was a soft penalty, but when you look at it, the Lazio defender's foot does catch the back of Lautaro's right leg. He does go down. other than big man Romelu Lukaku to step up and take a penalty spot and blasts it to the left as Pepe Reina goes to the right. And it's 1-0 Inter, and things are looking pretty good. We're not looking shaky at defense. Handanovic actually in the first half does make a few good saves on Lazio. They do try to link up their build-up play with Immobile and Correa, as well as Luis Alberto trying to either find a deadly pass or trying to utilize their wings, and Lazari, I think. Yeah, Lazari and the other one, Mariusevic. Mariusevic. But they aren't able to get much there. Able to get a couple of attempts and chances, but not much is able to squander from it. Handanovic does come up with his best Oliver Kahn, Manuel Neuer sweeper keeper impression to deny Lazio a one-on-one chance, which was a pretty good attempt. Which, to be fair, I was a little worried that he would try and foul him, or the player would try and go down or shield it. But Handanovic was able to make the Lazio player get nervous and basically get the ball out for a throw-in. Bastoni makes a pretty good save as well. Iron Man Bastoni, barring the defensive display he messed up on last week. He's kind of probably learned from that and done a lot better. Milan Skriniar denies Luis Alberto and Immobile and Correa trying to do a quick little 1-2 link-up. Right as I know, I think Luis Alberto tried linking it up. And right as soon as one of the Lazio players went in the box, Milan Skriniar literally just stepped in the middle, stuck his foot out, stepped on right on top of the ball. Like, nah, you guys, y'all are good. Y'all ain't about to start anything here. We do get a second goal, which magically was pretty funny looking at it. Because at first I was like, oh, he's offsides. But then when they went back and showed the replay, it does bounce off a Lazio player. Lukaku gains control of the ball. I think he loses it from a Lazio player. Brozovic ends up trying, I think, to pass it or shoot it, and it bounces off of a Lazio player. Lukaku's still basically being played onside. When you go back and look at it, it does show that he actually is played onside, and ends up making it 2-0. Which, after much debate, after I think the ref reviewing and everything, he ends up giving it 2-0 to Inter. We go into halftime pretty good, although Lazio players starting to kind of act like little babies from time to time and try to go down on fouls. But we do go in 2-0 up, and things are looking pretty good. I think what were my halftime comments I said we needed to do? So Eriksen looked pretty good in the build-up play. We did create multiple chances in the first half, as well as the chances that we did have. Lautaro had a chance on goal. Hakimi had a chance on goal. I think Christian Eriksen had a chance on goal. But we're looking pretty good. Defensive shape, no worries there. Come out into the second half, same team, no changes. Although we do end up conceding a free kick, which who else do you expect than Serge Milinkovic-Savic to score against us? He always comes up big against us, whether he gets an assist or scores. But they do score from a free kick. But even then, too, we still look pretty good, maintaining our defensive shape, pushing forward with attack. I forgot who plays Lukaku in, but he ends up utilizing his pace and power to get past Lautaro, and literally just leaves him in the dust. And then I think he tries an attempt on goal. From what it looked like he tried to shoot it, but he could have passed it, but it goes to Lautaro Martinez, who ends up bagging it. And it's 3-1 Inter at this time. I think 64 minutes in. Yeah, 64th minute. Lautaro scores it. And then, as well, Lukaku's on 2 goals and assist. We do create multiple more chances as well as the fact that essentially this game looks like it's sealed. But at the moment, I think we do have Lukaku on a yellow, which we want to sub him off. Forgot who the other player, Ashraf Hakimi, was also on a yellow as well. And people were wanting basically Conte to make subs take off Bastoni, Barella in case they get a yellow. But he ended up subbing off Lukaku, Hakimi, and Lautaro, as well as Eriksen and Perisic. Which so we go into the Milano derby, the full fitted team. I think the only person out is Vidal through injury. But yeah, I think that's it. Basically, the entire back line played pretty good. Handanovic, I don't want to say he played out of this world, but he played pretty good. Especially, although the few things I didn't like was basically the fact we're trying to play out the back, and the way we played out the back was a bit dangerous at times. Because it would either be Lazio's putting pressure on us, and we try to pass it to Handanovic, who then tries to boot it out or kick it out, and then ends up going straight to a Lazio player. Like, oh no, similar to like on some Alisson Becker, Liverpool City stuff, but not that bad. But just a bit like dangerous and heart racing for a minute. Like, oh, whoa, calm down. Let's play it easy, guys. But this match was pretty good. It's Valentine's Day. Heartbreak Hotel is closed. It seems also Antonio Conte kind of learned his lesson from the first half of the season when we did play Lazio, when we ended up drawing. Because that game saw Immobile go off with a red card, us literally be a man up, and then magically they end up conceding, and they end up bringing it back 1-1, and then we're down a man in Sensi. So, yeah, I guess whatever Antonio Conte told him at halftime, keep up the pressure, you guys are doing good, keep control of the ball. Because on the counterattack, we look dangerous, literally. Anytime we got the ball and turned it over, Eriksen trying to look for Lukaku trying to look for Lautaro, or Eriksen trying to look for Perisic trying to link up with Lautaro, and he literally just interchanging between forward players going forward on a counter. We looked good, which I'm very excited and very anxious to see how next week's Milano derby is going to get played out, especially given the fact we lost 2-1 to them earlier in the season, but we beat them 2-1 in the Coppa Italia. So, yeah, going forward, I wonder how this is going to be. My friend Jerry Mancini, if you're watching this, bro, love you, bro. But glad we got 3 points against Lazio. Moving forward, top of the league. Till next Sunday, we'll see what happens there. But right now, enjoy it. Enjoy Valentine's, your special ones, your loved ones, to all Interista fans around the world, as well as all the rival fans, too. Buzz, leave your thoughts below. What you thought of the game. Who did you think had a standout performance? Who was your man of the match? For me, it's Romelu Lukaku. 2 goals, as well as the fact for the third one, he did pretty good to utilize his pace and power, which is usually what he's good at, as well as his technical ability at times as well has been pretty good, as well as his vision and passing. He's kind of stepped up a bit, but I mean, he's getting better with, I guess, the proper coaching around him. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back for the Milan derby next week. I'll catch you guys.